Hi everyone. I'm just thinking of the Bible as a manual, or you can call it a textbook if you want. And the reason I was thinking about it in that way is because for us as Christians, that's our to-go book. So if you imagine that you've got a car and there's an issue with maybe the brake or something's gone wrong, minor, because we're not all mechanics, you go into the handbook and see what kind of oil should you put in, what kind of what should you do, and things like that. The manufacturer would have put some instruction in the manual as to what to do if something happens. And this is why I think the Bible is like a manual. And in the same way that I say it is like a textbook, it means that, let's say you are learning, I'm a chemistry teacher for instance, all the things that you would need to learn for GCSE, you will have a standard textbook that has all of it, all the information, the kind of things that will come up in an examination. And so if as a student you're diligent enough to learn everything you have in the textbook, maybe do some practice questions, then you should be fine in the exam. And the Bible is like that, in the sense that, one, all the God that is the author, the Holy Spirit, he knows all the different kinds of situations we will face in this world, and so he has put guidance, instruction for us as to how to live our lives. So in that sense, it's like a textbook. And when I refer to the textbook as well, if for instance we have some, as you're preparing for exam, every standard textbook will have a section where you have some practice questions that you can do, and very many times those questions will probably be the kind of questions that you have in exam. So they would have created a scenario which have been used maybe before, and so you can practice and put yourself in that situation. And it is the case for the Bible as well, because you've got examples of how people's experiences you find in there. You find how some people have failed and how they managed to reverse their mistakes, or people that didn't. You also have examples of consequences of their behavior. So basically, there's no scenario that we can set up that you will not have an example that you can see in the scriptures. Because basically, like the preacher said, that there's nothing new under the surface of the earth. And he was talking about human behavior when he said that, and the natural phenomenon, the way things work, the way you react to situation and things like that, emotions. Those things are well documented in the scriptures, and so we can always find an example to relate with. And this is my point. My point is, as Christians, we need to familiarize ourselves with the content of the scriptures. It's got an advantage when you familiarize yourself with the content, because if you familiarize yourself with the content, it means when you find yourself in a situation, you already know what course of action to take. It doesn't mean that if you don't know, you can't go to it. Of course, you can go to it as a reference in a situation where you don't know what to do. But just like any other thing in life, if you already experience and you have the information ready at your fingertips, then maybe it can prevent you making mistakes in the kind of decision you make. And it can also mean that if you have the information what to do when maybe a particular situation occurs, then it means you don't have to waste time. And it also possibly make you not to be anxious for when such situations occur, because you already know what the Lord expects of you. I know most people that are Christian will want to do what the Lord expects of them, but if you already know what to do if that scenario or situation occurs, then it reduces our need for worrying. And so my point really in this short talk is to encourage you as a person to spend time to find out what you have in scriptures. You know, life happens, and the things we encounter in this world are, many things are unpredictable. We can't predict what's going to happen. We cannot tell what will happen at different points in time. So it means that you're prepared for the right course of action, with the right course of action to take, if you are more familiar with what you have in scriptures. So that's just a snippet I was going to share with you as I'm going on my walk today. Have a blessed day. Bye.